Welcome back to another episode of Messy But Motivated. I am so thankful you are here today, and this is my favorite day of the week. It is. This day and doing the TikTok Bible studies has become my favorite days because I feel like this is my therapy. No, really though. It's fun. I finally got my results back from the doctor. I say finally, it didn't even take a week. I don't even know if they're all back. Let's be honest here. It says it was an unabated letter, and I know she said like some of them were going to take 2 weeks because I was doing like a hormonal panel or something. I don't know. Either way, it showed up that I'm healthy. I'm so healthy. And this is where I'm going to probably lose people, okay? Because of what I'm about to say. I had always got amazing blood results back, okay? All the way up until about 2021. And I kept getting things back about my cholesterol, about pre-diabetes, and all of that. And I was just like, how did that even happen? Like, what happened there? High blood pressure, like all these things. Like, it was kind of like I was doing so great. I remember why. You guys are probably like, well, how do you even remember? Well, I remember because my friend who was a nurse practitioner at the time, well, she still is, but she was my nurse practitioner. I went to her one day and she was like, you have such amazing, like, results. And she would, like, say stuff. Like, she would say stuff to, like, my husband and stuff. She'd be like, she's got better readings than you because we both went to her. And I was always like so proud of that. And then something happened and I could tell you exactly what it was, even though people are not going to want to hear it. People will not want to hear it. In 2020, I started doing edibles. And then that's when like everything just started to go kaput. Is that even a thing? I don't know. But yeah, that's when everything started to just go downhill. For sure. I started getting like all of my bad test results. Cholesterol was high blood pressure. It was just like, ugh. I could not stand getting my blood results like in the mail. I was like, ugh. Because, it would be like in the red, like, and then there would be a doctor's note by it. This time I got it and I was just like, thank you, Jesus. There was nothing on there that I was like even a little bit concerned about. There was no doctor's notes on there at all. So my night sweats are obviously just coming from my fluoxetine, which I guess is a side effect. So that's good to know. So yeah, I'm glad. I don't know if that's all the results because she said something about my thyroid. I don't know. So we'll wait. I'll wait a little bit longer. I'm sure she'll let me know. I didn't do any follow-up or anything like that though. Just figured that, hey, if it's something, they'll call me. They know my number. No, really. I don't feel like I need anything I'll just have to change my sheets a lot because I'm sweating when I sleep. I don't know. Not every night either. It's like every like third night, every second night. It just depends. So as long as I'm not dying, I'm okay with it. You guys know I like to share something messy that happened to me this week, and I have two, so buckle up. Actually, one happened today. Let me tell you something. When you sign up for things, okay, first off, I sign up for things with the school when I shouldn't. I'll be like half asleep, finally reading emails, waiting for my hydroxyzine to kick in. And I'm like, oh, I'll just sign up for that. They have like sign-ups. I signed up and it was like, come to school to do gym with your kid or whatever for family activity. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I signed up going. Now, mind you, I have 2 kids, so I have to sign up for one and then the other. Okay, so I have an 8-year-old and I have an 11-year-old. The 11-year-olds was the first thing this morning, 8:30 in the morning. I'm thinking, oh my gosh, who has gym this early? But whatever. So I get there. Mind you, I was thinking, okay, it's not going to be that bad. I mean, what's the worst it could be? Except he was running in like a boot camp, okay? These kids come running in. Like, I didn't even get to see my daughter. She just like come running in and he was like, 2 laps. And I'm like, oh my God, what is going on here? What is going on? Mind you, there was only a few of us there, a few parents. And I realized why. Because one of the moms was like, oh, they didn't tell you what we do. No, they didn't. Tell me, what do we do? Because she looked scared. And she's like, oh, she's like, I work here. It's intense. She's like, you'll be sweating when you leave. And she wasn't lying. She wasn't lying for the least. He ran it like a boot camp. I went in with the expectation thinking, okay, what do we do? And we're probably going to jump rope a few times. Hula hoop a little. All these things I was thinking we would do. Like, come on, they're 11. No. I was so out of breath. I was about to raise my hand and say, listen, I have asthma. I don't have asthma. I was going to tell him that though. I felt like I had to make an excuse up. I was like, how is this even, I don't know. And not to mention my daughter didn't even want me there. Oh, she's so rude. You guys, so 11. Oh my gosh. Come save me. I'm serious. Ooh, it's hard. It's hard. Oh my gosh, it is hard. I'm going to keep praying. I'm going to pray for her. I'm going to be praying. You guys pray too. I just got a preteen on me. That's it's a lot of work, but she wasn't excited. She like rolled her eyes when she seen me. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even tell her I was going. Nope. Because when they had the fun run last week, she already told me I couldn't go to that. She was like, I don't want you there. No excuse. Just said she didn't want me there. And since she didn't want me there, I couldn't even go for Carson, even though they were running at the same time. I'm like, whatever. So this time I'm like, no, I'm not even going to tell her I'm going to be there. So yeah, she walked in the gym. She looked at me and she's like, like, anyways, so I killed her with kindness though. And I was just like, hey girl, let's do this. We're going to win. No, we were last. We were last. It's okay though. We had fun. It was fun. It was just a lot of work. I was sweating. I was drenched in sweat. I was drenched in sweat. I need to start working out more. My ideal workout nowadays is like do some arms on the tonal and then go for a walk. Like I need to step it up a little if I'm going to be doing these things. Whew. I'm at the end of my 30s and I feel like I'm at the end of my 50s, so I better get it together. Especially, I just said I have great test results. I don't know what's going on. Anyways, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Oh, and then I didn't even tell you. And then I go to my son's and it was the same thing. Yeah, my son's was at 11:45, so I did have a little break. Oh my gosh, I went there. I was dreading it. I was about to wake my husband up. Yeah, he's been on nights for harvest. Something about the wind or something like that. He can't be working with the wind transfers. I don't know. Anyways, he's been on thirds. And so I was about to come home, wake him up and be like, I know you've only been sleeping 2 hours, but tag you're it. Go run a mile with these kids. Oh my gosh. Nope. I just went and did it again because in my head, I was like, nope, you can't be that mom that doesn't come back for the other kid because that kid's going to tell that kid. And then don't do it. I didn't do it. I just showed up. I will tell you though, there was a lot of parents there for that time. So I kind of like let the other, because I was like, oh, I've already done this. So yeah, no, I'm sure she's real happy with me. She didn't know me, don't worry. And the other thing that was super messy for me this week was yesterday. I need to start reading things. Hence, I didn't read that I would be working out like I was at boot camp going to my kids' gym class. I bought these bars, these breakfast bars, okay? And they were on the Thrive Market. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to buy them variety pack. Anytime there's something new, I was like, I'll give it a try and see if I like it. Because every time I do that, like I would say like 2 out of 5 times I like the thing and I'll order it again. And I get it. So yesterday it's just sitting in my cupboard and it's a variety pack of these breakfast bars. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to have one. I noticed it said that there was caffeine in it. Okay. It said caffeine, but did I know that when I bought them? No, I was looking at the gram or how many grams of protein it had, and it said 17 grams of protein. I was thinking, okay, this is something easy that I can just grab and I can go out the door while I'm drinking my coffee, whatever. I eat it. Okay, mind you, we're about to go to Bible school for the kids. Thank the Lord, thank you, Lord, that yesterday was just a movie day because the kids were off school anyway. So at Bible school, they just had it where they can watch King of Kings. So it was just a fun movie day for them. Thank you, God. I ate this thing before we go. So mind you, that starts at 5:30. So I ate this at like 5 o'clock. Then it's a little snack until we get home and we can get dinner. I'm there. I start sweating. And I mean, I'm sweating. I'm dripping sweat. So now I'm like, all right, this isn't good. And if you have anxiety, you know what I'm talking about. When you are like, you kind of start like, you feel like you're about to lose it. Like you're just like, okay, and there's kids running everywhere and there's things being spilt over here. There's popcorn everywhere. It is like a person with anxiety. It is their worst nightmare. And I'm trying to hold it together. I'm like, okay, just breathe it out. You're going to be okay. I was trying to like use my breathing techniques. I was thinking of other things, all the things, all while sweating. And I'm like ripping off my clothes. Thank God I had a t-shirt on. I was ripping things off. I'm like, I'm so hot right now. And we're in this like little cafeteria and I'm dripping sweat. Like I'm losing it. I am on a scale of 1 to 10. Am I losing it? I'm on an 8. I'm 8. I'm losing it. My daughter said she even looked at me and she was like, Mom, I knew something was wrong with you. I'm like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was trying so hard to not let anybody know I was losing it. And didn't really realize why. We ended up leaving early. Because I was not well. I was like, I need to get home. I need to go to my own home. I need to figure this out. Well, we come home and I tell my husband, I'm like, I was sweating, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, yeah, that thing you ate had 100 milligrams of caffeine. Or is it grams? I don't know. And I go, what? Yeah. And I go, what's like a cup of coffee have? And he's like 80. And I'm like, oh my gosh. No wonder. I was losing it, you guys. I was losing it. I didn't know what was happening to me. I was like, I might not make it through this. But I did. Oh my gosh. So now I know. Do not take, read the package. What did I think? I mean, I know it said caffeine, but I was thinking, because I've had some of those before, like different ones where this like says caffeine and like the chocolates, you guys know what I mean? And you'll eat the chocolate and you're like, I don't even feel anything. Like that was stupid. Nothing. It was a lot. So there's that. That was my hot mess moment and having to come home, and I had to take anxiety meds to calm down because I was losing it. I have hydroxyzine, a really high dose just in case I need it, and I popped 2 of them. I was not well. I was like, this is so embarrassing, but it's all right. I made it through. All is well. And what am I watching right now? I love sharing what I'm watching with you guys. So what am I watching? Okay, so don't laugh, okay? Are you guys all... Wait, before I say this, when people say that you just change, can we talk about that? This was not on what we're going to talk about today, but I feel like I need to talk about this. So let's talk about it. When this whole journey, my faith journey there's really no words for the transformation I've made and like the things that I've been through, and like it's amazing. But one of the most amazing things, I was sitting back thinking about this, is I used to love Halloween. Like I would decorate, and if you've been following me on TikTok, you know I used to like put the dead bodies in the yard. Like I would decorate, I would go all out. I mean, I even had a dinner one year, like a murder mystery dinner, and it was a haunted one. Anyways, did it all. This year, I had put no decorations up. Did I tell myself? I don't even know why. I was talking to my sister one day and she said something about putting decorations up. And I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't even put my Halloween decorations up. Didn't even, usually I am in a hurry to get those up. Didn't even, I'm like, oh wow. That's when they say that the Holy Spirit will do that to you. Like you'll start doing things that you are just like, you don't even realize you're doing. But that's not the only one. The Halloween things, okay, cool. The other thing is I turn on a murder mystery. Not murder mystery. Why do I keep saying murder mystery? I turned on a true crime show. The new one, the Murdaugh Death in the Family. It's on Hulu. It's new. Just came out. I followed that trial, okay? All of it. I know every little detail. And I was excited for this to come out back when. And so it came out and I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch it. I turned it on. You guys, not even 20 minutes in, I turned it off. I'm like, this just doesn't do anything for me anymore. Nothing. I was just like, I wasn't even paying attention. And I used to like forget I even had my phone when that kind of stuff was on. Nothing. I was just like, I can't do this. Like, get this off my screen. So that's got to be the Holy Spirit for sure. It's got to be, right? I don't know. I mean, I like it. I don't even want anything to do with anything scary. Anything like that's going to get me anxious, nothing like that. So I don't know. It's a good thing on my end, I guess. When I found out that a lot of my anxiety was coming from my true crime and all of that, it was time to shut it off. So now that I'm only doing it in little doses, it's nice. It is. So what am I watching? I'm watching the Hallmark Channel because it is that time of year. Usually I wait till like the last week of October. I started a week early. So it's my favorite time. I love the Hallmark Channel. Only during Christmas time. I love Christmas movies on Hallmark. I don't know. I always have. I don't know. Just love them. They're cheesy and I love it. Oh, I love it. It's my favorite time of year. Just because of that, too. I love Thanksgiving. I'm excited for the holidays this year. Oh, I'm excited. I get to be with my sister this year, too. Remember my sister Annie, who I hadn't seen since I was a little girl? She is coming up for Thanksgiving this year to my sisters. We're going to my sisters this year for Thanksgiving. So I'm excited. And now, what have I learned lately that I can share with you guys? Let me tell you something. The other day, have y'all ever had an animal pass away and you're just like, you just don't even feel the same without them? Let me tell you, my dog, Angel, if those of y'all know who Angel is, I had her. She was my ride or die. Oh my gosh, that dog was my ride or die. And when she passed away, I felt like, oh my gosh, I don't know how, it was just such a big piece of me just gone. Me and my husband, I was talking about her the other day and I said, hey, I was watching something and it said that we should talk about our loved ones who have passed and our animals and stuff because it's like them dying 2 times when they pass away. And then when you guys stop talking about them is like another death. And he was like, oh, I didn't even think of it like that. And I was like, yeah, I read something about it or watched something. I can't remember what it was, but I was like, I'm going to start talking about people who have passed more because I don't ever want them to die again. It was already bad enough that they died once. So we start talking about it. And then I was talking about Angel and I was like, I know I'll see her again in heaven. And he's like looking at me like I'm kind of crazy. And I'm like, what? And he's like, do dogs go to heaven? And I go, oh, I think so, don't they? I said, all dogs go to heaven, right? And he's like, I don't think so. And I'm like, I have got to investigate this because you cannot just break my heart like that. So I did. I went down the rabbit hole. Let me grab my Bible. I don't want to mess anything up. I went down the rabbit hole. And I'm talking to the point where I was up late because I was like, I have to figure this out. Did I find out a lot of things? Yes, I did. But one of the ones that really stood out to me, because there's more than just one that I could share with you guys, but we would be here all night. The one that really stuck out to me is Romans in Romans, verse 8. Okay, Romans 8, verse 19 through 21. And it says, "For the creation waits in eager expectation for the children of God to be revealed. For the creation was subjected to frustration, but the creation itself will be liberated from its bondage to decay and brought into the freedom and glory of the children of God." I put on this because I was like, okay, but how is this relatable? It says all creations. For the creation, he created the animals. He created us. All creation, it says. Not just people. All creation. So that right there just tells me yes. And I can tell you something else. So with that, because then I'm like, well, I need more proof. Give me more. So there is this guy, and I wish I had his name. I wish I had his name. I can't remember it, but he's on TikTok, and he is a near-death experience. He investigates near-death experiences, and he had talked about this, and he says, I can't tell you how many times people have said when they gone to heaven, they see their animals running towards them. He's like, it is like so many times I can't count. So he's like, I have no doubt in my mind, not one, that our animals go to heaven. He says he's had people say that their horses were running at them, that their dogs are running at them. And he says the thing that really lined up for him that made him be like, oh, okay, is none of these people had ever heard each other's stories before when he was investigating this. And the people kept saying that they could communicate with their dogs. And he was like, what do you mean you can communicate? He's like, tell me like what that looks like. So he really dug deep into that. And they were saying the dogs aren't talking. Like, you're not talking to your dog, but it was like you can read their mind. Like, you can communicate. And he says it was like one after another people would say that. Like, they said it was just this happiness, joy, love, and the dogs were just so happy, and like they knew what their dogs were saying and like how excited they were to see their owner. It was, so he's like, yes, dogs go to heaven. Don't question it. They do. Just know that. It made me happy. I slept better that night because I was like, I do want to see her again. Not to mention, have y'all ever had dreams about like an old dog that passed? Because I do. I have dreams about my old dog that passed. Like I had, well, Angel, and then we had a dog named Chi-Chi growing up, and she was a chow. And I have dreams about her every now and then. So, yeah. I love when I have dreams about people that have passed. Don't you guys? It's the best. Oh, it's the best. Oh, sometimes I pray for it before I go to bed. I do. I'm like, please. Or sometimes I'll even wake up the next day and I won't realize that that person was in the dream. Like I was telling my husband about a dream the other day, and then I was like, oh my gosh, my grandma was there. Oh my gosh, my grandma. Like I was like, oh my gosh, I got to see my grandma. So yeah, I love dreams like that. Not to change subject or anything, but did y'all see that I started doing vlogs again? I did. I kind of missed them. Now, let me be honest with you on why I did it, because I'm not going to lie to you. Listen, I ain't got time for that. So I was talking to my therapist. It always goes back to my therapist. Listen, and I was talking to her. I was like, I'm just like not doing as much as I used to. Like, this, that, and the other. And she was like, well, what's changed? And I was just like, we kind of like nailed things down. And I was like, I don't really know. But the big thing that we figured out that changed is I'm no longer vlogging. We realized that when I vlog, I need more content. So I'm going to go make my bed. I need more content, so I'm going to go work out. I need more content, so I'm going to go do this, that, do that, and do the other. I'm going to clean the house. I'm going to do all these things. And when I don't need the content, I'm like, eh. I know that sounds bad, but I got so used to it that that's just it now. So, yeah. Uh-huh. Kind of crazy, right? So I started doing vlogs again. And it felt good. Oh, it felt good. I kind of like it. You know what's funny is sometimes I'm like, you know what? Vlogs are great because if I ever forget what I did, I can say, or if somebody accuses me of a murder, I can say, let me go look and see where I was on that day because I have a vlog of it. The only thing that's getting tricky is I'm having to wrap them around. So like I did one for like there's one that I recorded tonight that's not going to post until tomorrow morning. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm excited. I had to start that back up. It holds me accountable. I like doing them too. It does take up a lot of time. I'm not going to lie though. Oh my gosh, it takes up a lot of time. Lots of editing. I got to get better at that. Especially since I got like slapped in the face when we were at church on Sunday and they were talking about how we need to stop. He was like, think about yourself like this. If you're just holding your phone, he's like, act like you're holding your phone. And if you put it like up like that, he's like, if we had a disease where everybody was like that and they did that for 3 or 4 hours a day, he's like, everybody'd be looking for a cure. Like, why are these people just holding up their hands in front of their faces? He's like, that is what we're doing if you just remove the phone. We do that. And it was like an eye opener. I'm like, ooh, that hit. So now I've been trying to be really mindful about how much time I spend on my phone. Yeah, so I need to get on a schedule. Do this to this time to this time, this time. I say that and then I just don't follow it. So I'm the problem. I just try to be present when my kids are around because when they're not around, I'm editing, I'm making videos, I'm doing all the things. But when they're around, I'm like, I'm going to put my phone down. And it works. And it works. Also, I am so excited to share this big news with you guys. I am starting, me and somebody else are starting a Bible study podcast. The reason we are doing it is I have had so many messages from people saying, you should do a Bible study. You should do a Bible. So I started doing lives. And then I get people messaging being like, I didn't get to make the live. I had this, I had that, I had this. And they're like, so that's, can you record it? And all these things. So I was like, all right, you know what? The need is there and we're going to just do it. So we're going to do a podcast, Bible study podcast. It's going to be the first week of November. We're trying to like really nail some things out right now, but so excited for it. Excited to share the name, all the things. So just stand by for that. That'll be great because it's going to be structured where you will be able to do printables if you want to do that, just to kind of stay on, like if you want to stay on track with where we're at. We're going to have it all labeled perfectly. We're going to make it not so long. I love the podcast Bible studies where they're like 30 to 45 minutes. Anything over that, and I'm like, ooh, I don't have time for that. So that's what we're going to do. All the things, printables, all the things. Okay? So be ready for that. We might do 1 episode a week. We might do 2 episodes a week. I am unsure. I was thinking, there are some that do it daily, and I'm like, ooh, that's a lot of work. I don't know about that. This is already a lot of work. So I can't imagine doing every day and doing my vlogging and oh, come on. I'm only one person. I'm going to have to get a Tesla robot. You know those new Tesla robots? One of them's going to have to do my podcast or my TikToks. I'm sorry. Oh, no, we ain't doing that. Listen, that's another thing our pastor talked about. Stop acting like you're too busy. Stop being too busy. Oh my gosh, stop it. We're teaching our kids that, life is about being busy. No, it's not. No, it's not. Stop being so busy. Ugh. Some of these people, I'm like, oh, your whole weekend's just shot because you're doing, like, he did statistics on it, like how much time you spend on your phone, how much time you spend cooking, how much time you spend in the bathroom, how much time you spend at your kids' sports on the weekends, how much, like, and it's just like how much of your life is basically what he pinned it down to. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, some of these people spend so much time at these kids' sports, and then and they miss big things. They're like, no, we can't go this weekend because my kid's baseball game, my kid's hockey game. And then, their kid's 16 and decides they don't want to play anymore. And it's just like, you missed so many things because your kid wanted to play a sport. Like, we need to get back to reality here. Let's go back to reality. Like, this is life. Let's live life a little. Not saying that your kids can't play sports, but let's get it together. Let's bring it in a little. Some people consume their lives with their kids' sports. I was reading about that. There's actually a book I'm reading right now about it. And it's saying that people who do that, it's because they are living through their child. I'm like, ooh. I've always, but, and then, because I seen myself really enjoying going to Chloe's swim, and I think I was more in it than her. I mean, she loves it, but I was more in it than her. And I was getting her pumped up and everything. And then I realized, ooh, I don't know. Is this something she wants to do, or is it something I'm making her do? But then it's like, I have this rule that you have to do something. You have got to do something. You got to stay busy. Keep your mind busy. And I just, yeah. I looked at myself and I'm like, ooh, maybe I was living through her. I don't know. She's going to pick it right back up. She just is taking a little bit of time off of swim, but that's all right. All right, let's get into this week's story. Let me grab my phone. This week's testimony is from Erik from Baltimore. And I got this one on Facebook Messenger, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a good one. It's really good. And it's just, I'm just going to get into it. I want my kids to listen. I hope my kids, are you listening? I hope you are. Let's see how, you got a good mom here. All right. Anyways, let me get into it. Erik from Baltimore. I don't remember much about being a kid, at least not the kind of memories most people talk about. My childhood wasn't full of birthday parties or bedtime stories. It was full of fear. My mom wasn't the nurturing type. Somewhere along the way, she became someone I didn't recognize. Every day felt like walking on glass, waiting for the next blow up. At first, it was yelling, then it became hitting. Then it turned into something darker, starving me, locking me in a room, making me feel like I was less than a human. I'd go to school with bruises. I'd try to hide, praying no one would ask questions. But one day, my teacher did. She saw through the smile I was forcing and the pain I couldn't hide anymore. I remember the day I ended up in the hospital like it happened yesterday. I was malnourished, covered in bruises, and emotionally empty. The doctor said they didn't know how I was still alive. For a while, I didn't either. I felt like I had no purpose, just pain. But God had other plans. After that, I was placed with my aunt. She was everything my mom wasn't. She was kind, patient, and full of faith. For the first time, I heard someone pray for me, not against me. I didn't trust easily, but her love was steady. Slowly, I started to believe that maybe I wasn't the monster I had been told I was. Years passed and I found healing, not overnight, but over time. My aunt always said, the best way to redeem your past is to use it for good. That stuck with me. Today, I'm a police officer. Some people are surprised when they hear that. But for me, it's simple. I became the person I needed when I was a kid. I protect the vulnerable. I speak when others stay silent. Every time I help children in a dangerous home, I see a little bit of my younger self in their eyes. I still have scars. Some you can see, some you can't. But they remind me of what I've overcome. My story isn't about the pain anymore. It's about survival, faith, and redemption. What the enemy meant for evil, God turned into a purpose. Thank you so much for sharing that, Erik. I read that and my heart was just like, because there are so many times when even me, I'll be like, oh, my childhood this, my childhood that, and this is that and the other. But it could have been worse. And that story right there just proved it could have been worse. I can't imagine growing up in an abusive household like that. So thank you for sharing that. And yes, your testimony is going to help somebody who's in it right now or somebody who is dealing with healing from something like that. So thank you for sharing. If you have a testimony, I encourage you to share it with us. You can send it to comeasyouare at mrsmotivated.com or Melinda, MELINDA, at mrsmotivated.com, mrsmotivated.com. And I just highly, highly encourage you to share your testimony. As a Christian, our job is to share our testimony. Our testimony is meant to be heard by others so that it will show people they're not alone in their suffering. What they've been through, somebody else has too. And there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And it's so important. It is so important to share your testimony. You didn't go through that for no reason. You did not. It doesn't matter how small or big. You didn't go through it for no reason. You went through it, you survived it, and now you can share it with the world and help somebody else who's going through it. So if I can encourage you, you don't have to put your name, you don't have to do any of that. Just share your testimony. So many people have sent theirs, and I am so grateful for you guys. I really am. I'm truly so thankful, whether it's on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, on email. Email is my favorite, so that is where we can really cycle through them, you guys. So come as you are, spelled just like it is, come as you are, and that's at mrsmotivated.com. If you would rather tell your story, just go ahead and email us and let us know you would rather tell your story, and we can set that up. We do have a database that we can use that we can kind of zoom in. It's not Zoom though, so it would just be on your phone and you would get a time and all that. So just let me know either way, and we also have a number you can call in. But thank you for sharing all your testimonies. It means so much to me, and this podcast is what it is today because of all of you. And I am so grateful. I'm so thankful. And it is all for God. It is. This is doing his work. It's doing his work. So I am so excited for what's to come, you guys. And I just know, I feel like something big's coming. And maybe it's the feeling of the new podcast coming, or maybe it's this podcast is just going to blow up and there are going to be millions that will hear these testimonies. I already feel so blessed that that so many people, I mean, I can't imagine, we have so many downloads already, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. I remember there was a time I said, once I have 100 downloads, I'm gonna cry. And then one day I woke up and there was 900, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So thank you so much. I am so blessed. With that being said, I hope you guys all have a blessed week, and I cannot wait to be back here next week. Like I said, this is one of my favorite days. I love sharing things with you guys. I love talking to you guys. It's kind of like my little therapy session. So thank you. And I will see you next week.